We're at that point. 20 years into the Fast and Furious saga, and we're at that point. Fast and Furious in space. Hello guys, welcome back to the TMR podcast. We are back and we are reviewing one of my most anticipated movies of the year for all the wrong reasons. Fast and Furious 9 or Fast 9, the Furious Saga, or Fast Saga, I don't know what the hell they call it. It's directed by Justin Lin. It stars Vin Diesel, John Cena, Michelle Rodriguez, and many, many more. The film is about Dom's brother, Jacob, who sort of comes out of hiding after literally 9 movies to, go after his brother, I guess, with the help of Cypher, which is basically Charlize Theron with the most awful haircut in the world. How do I summarize this film? Fast and Furious is actually a bit of a curious one for me because I actually didn't like the first 3 films. Fast and Furious 1 for me was average at best. I knew it was about street racing, and I wasn't a fan. I wasn't into cars or everything all too much. Fast and Furious 2 I saw in theaters. The one without Vin Diesel, the one just Paul Walker and Tyrese Gibson, I believe. I think that was decent. Wasn't too much of a fan. I hated Tokyo Drift. I absolutely hated that. Just awful everything. And I actually became a fan of it in episode 4, Fast and Furious. And then a big fan of it in Fast 5 because I sort of thought that they knew what they were going to become, which is just basically these big, silly summer blockbuster movies because it's basically these robbing a bank with a bunch of cars. I enjoyed that one a lot with the whole crew dynamic, with the whole team dynamic. Back when family wasn't overused. I liked 5. 6 was also decent because they sort of still continue with the whole international mission thing. 7 was a bit, it started to get on my buttons again. It started pushing my buttons quite a lot with all the crazy, Dom coming back to life with the power of love thing, or just so much more in that movie that I couldn't believe. 8 was pushing my limits with the whole fight at the submarine at the end where The Rock just turns away a missile with his bare hands, or the fact that Vin Diesel uses a car door to stop a missile and he doesn't get hurt in the slightest. And Fast 9, we just had to go there, didn't we? In Fast 8, a lot of my friends and I were theorizing that how much further can the Fast and Furious franchise go? Because you have racing in, I don't know where the hell they were in the ice. We actually made a bet that the next one would actually take us to space, and they actually went there. They actually went to space with the power of family. That's insane. Okay. Without further ado, let's just get into the whole thing. I'm still laughing at that. Okay. The positives. Positives. Where to start from that? Look, I've never done this before in any of my reviews so far, but actually I'm going to start now. My first positive is that this film is so bad, it's actually kind of funny. When you watch it with a group of friends, or watch it when you're drunk, when you're high, when you're whatever, you're going to have the time of your absolute life watching it. It's absolutely ridiculous. Half the things that happen in this film it defies human physics, biology, everything under the blue sky, and it's absolutely a joy to watch if you're not taking it seriously. I did have a blast with it. I was laughing from beginning to end. And okay, on a serious note, the one thing that I did somewhat enjoy from this film was Roman and Tej, who are played by Ludacris and Tyrese Gibson. I think that they're always the they're always the comedic relief of every Fast and Furious film. And in this one, they are still. There's a joke that Tyrese keeps playing around, which is the whole thing that they are sort of invincible and everything. And yeah, it's a good jab at the films, but it doesn't matter when you still take yourself so seriously the way this film does. So basically, there's still somewhat the best parts about the film, but they are toned down quite a lot. A lot of their jokes also didn't land very well. Okay, aside from that, I couldn't think of anything else. So here come the multitude of negatives that we're about to see. Okay, first off, I understand it's a silly blockbuster action summer flick. I understand that this film is made for a lot of people who, don't want to go into the movie with too much thinking or turn their brain on. But come on, there are moments in this film where they just insult your intelligence, man. It's continuously unrealistic to the point where you actually have to laugh at some points. Okay, the whole cars in space thing. Okay, before anything else, I'm just gonna start with my microphone almost fell, but with the power of family, it managed to come back in one piece. Okay, continuing on from that. Okay, before anything else, I'm just gonna warn. I'm gonna talk about spoilers from now on because I can't talk about this film or the negatives of this film without spoiling anything. So spoiler alert right now. Basically, okay, the first thing, cars in space, man. It's been a thing ever since this movie got released internationally. People were talking about it quite a lot because everyone was sort of joking about it in Fast 8. No one would actually believe that they'd go into space in episode 9 and take the memes too seriously. Yeah, that scene was a bit crazy, and then they did try to insert a bit of emotion in there, but we weren't buying it because the whole thing of the car in space and the fact that it didn't just blow up. I'm just laughing thinking about it, really. And the fact that the car itself can withstand going through a space station without blowing up. I have nothing to say. Okay. Another thing that's more, I think, acting related. Look, what drew me into Fast and Furious 5 was The Rock, I guess. He was one of the most entertaining characters in the film, and I feel that he was missed in this film quite a lot because we had him in 5, 6, 7, and 8. And he's always the best part about it. I guess Vin didn't like that too much. So they had a falling out. They did, Rock did Hobbs and Shaw with Jason Statham, and Vin stayed with his familia over here. But unfortunately for Vin, his familia or him aren't entertaining enough for us to keep us invested. And the weird thing is, they did cast John Cena, and John Cena is usually a very entertaining person. You saw him in quite a few comedy films ever since his WWE days, died down. He's still wrestling now, probably the whole, trumpets thing. But he is a somewhat charismatic person, and he's actually a very good comedic actor. And the fact that he's very toned down, very serious, very, wasted in this film really bugs me because you do have a star on your hands, but you make him play this bland, one expression, that one sad, angry emoji. That's John Cena throughout this entire film. Yeah, he was really wasted, and I don't think that did the film any favors, especially if you're gonna keep bringing WWE superstars into the Fast and Furious franchise. Okay. Aside from that, there are a lot of convenient points that are way too unbelievable. People get tackled from buildings and they fall into cars at the right moments. They jump from car to car like it's Mario. Han's back. Yeah, Han's back. And I don't know why he's back, but he's back. So, yeah, good for him. Good for fans of Han. Justice for Han, I guess. But no one really cares. Well, okay. No, I'm being harsh. People do care about Han, but the explanation behind his survival, I don't really get it. I don't really get it at all. It's explained that the fact that Jason Statham destroyed it's explained in Fast and Furious 6 that Jason Statham is the one who killed Han. But in this one, it's explained that the car that he was never in. I don't actually get it. So can Mr. Nobody project now? Is he Loki? Is he Doctor Strange? Like what's happening? Is the Fast and Furious franchise going on to magic now? What's going on? Okay. Anyways, one more thing that I found pretty bad about the film was that it's extremely predictable and it follows the same Fast and Furious formula that I haven't been liking for the past 2 films. Vin Diesel is borderline invincible in this film. Look, Hobbs and Shaw literally went out of their way to explain that there are super robots or humans in the Fast and Furious universe. But this one, Vin's just, I guess it's through the power of Familia and his cross. You know, I just don't buy it. And then the whole flashback thing where young Dom and young Jacob just the casting between that is just so weird because they look nothing like John Cena or Vin Diesel. This film just blows my mind. It actually does. I'm actually speechless. It's hard to do, but I'm actually speechless. At the end of the day, guys, in conclusion, this film, from an entertainment standpoint, you're gonna have a blast with it because it's hilarious in a bad way. But if we're talking in a film sense, in a technical sense, you know, plot, script, everything, it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. One of the worst films I've seen this year, and easily the worst Fast and Furious franchise I've ever seen. You know, if I were Vin or if I were Universal, I would have toned this episode way down. And if they are intending to make 10 and 11, they have to tone that down. They cannot top going to space. I don't think we're going to see them on the moon. But, you know, when I say this, I mean, in 2-3 years, we're definitely going to see them racing on the moon. So, all in all, guys, I'm going to give this film a 4 out of 10. Sorry, no, scratch that. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10. Guys, thank you so much for listening. And please subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next episode.